Good morning, students. Welcome to this e-class of BND Government Arts College, Chamanpura. I'm Dr. EKTA GOSWAMI, and in this class of BA Part First, Paper First, we would be taking up Sonnet 30 of William Shakespeare, which is titled as When to the Sessions of Sweet Silent Thoughts. I told you earlier that William Shakespeare's sonnets, they don't bear any title, they are known by their numbers and the first line of the sonnet. So, Sonnet 30 again is a tribute to poet's friend, most likely Mr. W.H. of his 154 sonnets. The sonnet displays poet's dependence on his dear friend for spiritual and emotional support. This sonnet, as his other sonnets, they does not tell the reader who this dear friend is, whom Shakespeare goes on quoting and praising in sonnet 1 to 126. The poem, it does not tell about the friend, but it is about friendship. It is a compliment to the transformative power of friendship. Sonnet 30, When to the Sessions of Sweet Silent Thoughts, was the poem recounts the speaker recalling his memories from his past and also regretting on his past failures. From memory to memory, he regrets and weeps and mourns over the sad memories he has already grieved. So these memories means the mourning and the crying, they are not fresh. They are about the past memories. So the speaker thinks of a short about his friend. For a short while he thinks about his friend, and then all his sorrows, they are banished and he is made happy again. So memory itself is a source of pain, and this pain is relieved when the speaker, he thinks about his friend. The thought of the presence of his friend, it relieves him of his sorrows and sadness that are given to him by true life or by his memories. So before discussing the poem, let us first read the poem and discuss it through the 3 quatrains and a couplet. I told you earlier, and we have also done 2 sonnets of Shakespeare, and we have come to know that the form of Shakespearean sonnet. Sonnet is a 14-line poem, and Shakespearean sonnet, they are divided into 3 quatrains and a couplet. Quatrain is a set of 4 lines and couplet is a set of 2 lines. So in stanza 1 or quatrain 1, the speaker says, "When to the sessions of sweet silent thought, I summon up remembrance of things past. I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear times waste." So in the first quatrain, the speaker, he sweetly and silently remembers the pleasant and sweet experiences of his past. The speaker suffers intense nostalgic pain for the gone times, means the memories that haunt him give him pain. Old woes, old sorrows, old losses, they are reborn. The word session, it referred to the judges sitting in the court of law, and summon means to call someone in the court by the authorities. Now here the speaker, when he is sitting, when he is in the session, he is summoning up the memories of his mind. The third and the fourth line means, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and new wail my dear times waste. So they refer to speaker's regret for the things that no longer exist in his life when the time he is writing, when the time he is speaking. In the second quatrain, or in the second stanza, the poet says, "Then can I drown an eye unused to flow, for precious friends hid in death's dateless night, and weep afresh love's long since cancelled woe, and mourn the expense of many a vanished sight." Now, the pain of memories, the pain of losses, the pain because of the sadness, sorrows, parting, they all haunt the mind of the speaker. And this pain is augmented as the speaker thinks of the people who will never again return to his life. This brings tears to his eyes, and through these tears, when he drown an eye unused to flow, means he is not quite used to weeping, but these memories, they bring tears to his eyes, and the pain and the loss, they are all relived. He recounts his friend who are long gone, and where they are gone might be in death's dateless night, means they have died, and weep afresh love's long since cancelled woe, means long since cancelled woe means the cancelled relationship, the relationship which are no longer there in his life, as if the time with those relationships, with those people, with those persons, they have expired. So he has broken up with many friends in his relationship, or these persons who were quite near to him, quite dear to him, they have died. And whenever this happens, whenever he recalls the memory of those friends or those persons who were dear to him and who are no longer there with him in the present time, he mourned the expense of many a vanished sight. So the time with them have expired. It has come to an end. They are no longer there in speaker's life. But mourn the expense. Mourn the expense, it expresses the speaker's weeping, the speaker's sorrow, the speaker crying over the loss of his dear ones, of his dear friends, of his relatives, of his beloved, of someone who are quite near to him. In the third quatrain, the speaker says, "Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and heavily from woe to woe tell over the sad account of foe bemoaned moan, which I knew pay as if not paid before." So in this quatrain, in this third stanza, the speaker seems to be caught in a psychological trap, means heavily moving from the grievances which are foregone, means from woe to woe, from sadness to sadness, from sorrow to parting. The pain, it is reopened. And whenever he recalls those persons, whenever he recalls those events, whenever he recalls those moments, the sorrows, they are reborn. So these hardship and sorrows are like an account book that he reads through over and over. The word heavily suggests the pain for bemoaned moan, means the sorrow for which he has cried, for which he had felt the pain, for which he had wept before. They are all the grievances, they are all the moments, they are all the events that are foregone. And it suggests speaker continuously reviewing or rethinking, or means bringing them into his memory all the past sorrows, all the grievances, and all the losses that he has borne all through his life. And in the final couplet, in the final two lines, the poet says, "But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows end." So the final couplet, it offers the compensation, it offers the relief, it offers the rest for all woes, for all sorrows, for all pains. Means all the sorrows, they are dissipated. They are dissipated by the thought of his dear friend, which ends all the past sorrows, all the reborn sorrows, all the sorrows which he is experiencing in the present time. So the thought of his friend, it helps him to recover all the things that he has lost. So the sonnet, of course, it starts with a gloom, it starts with sadness. All through the three quatrains, it continues this sadness, weeping, wailing, and crying and regretting. But when it comes to the final couplet, it reaches its happy ending. And how does it reach its happy ending? By the memory or by thinking about his dear friend. So his dear friend is a sort of compensation to all the losses that he has borne all through his life. Sonnet 30 is a very famous sonnet in English literature. One of the most notable thing about Sonnet 30 is Shakespeare's use of financial terms, from accounting, dateless, cancelled, expense, tell over, account, pay, losses, and even dear and precious. They bear the financial implications. The sonnet also borrows from the legal profession. Session and summon, they are both related to the court. Sonnet 30 follows the Shakespearean sonnet form. These sonnets, they are made up of 14 lines in 3 quatrain and a couplet. The rhyme scheme is ABAB, CD, EF, and GG. Iambic pentameter is used in all the sonnets. The use of alliteration, sweet, silent, thought, I summon. So the repetition of sir sound and the repetition of ver sound and rhythm, they enhance the melody, the music of the poem. The poem insists that friendship has the power to heal, and it makes things better and supplies all the pleasures, hope, and solace necessary to survive life's pain, disappointment, sorrow, and sadness. So, the sonnet, it starts with a gloom and it reaches to a happy ending with the solace, with the comfort, and with the happy thought that the poet experiences when he thinks about his dear friend.